So let's look at where we are with our presentation sheets. So I'll go to the presentation sheet. Whoops, wrong screen. I'll go to the presentation sheet here. Oops, one more try at that. And actually it looks pretty good. Couple of hiccups with the rendering style, and our section box looks a little tight here, so we can make some modifications to it. So let's just click through and kind of work through these details. So I'm going to go to the front elevation. I'm going to activate that view. I'm going to try to anyway. I think I might have activated another view here. There we go. And actually, I'll just start to do some hide-in views. So I'm going to do hide-in view for these as elements, not as categories, because we don't want to lose all of our floors. So hide-in view element. One more hide-in view element. And let's see where we're set up with a view template for this. We're getting these lines. It looks a little strong to me. So I'm going to modify. I'm going to go to our graphic display options, and I'm going to smooth the edges and turn the lines of the edges off and hit apply to that. And it's a little bit understated, so let's add a little bit of lighting to it. A little bit of shadow. See if that'll help a little bit. Okay, so that's maybe a good rendering technique for that. And, you know, these are a little problematic because we get this kind of a ghosting behind that really shouldn't happen. But these are just nice, simple presentation sheets. So I'm going to go ahead and deactivate that view. And now we have these other two views that we can work on. I'm going to try and make sure I select them, and I really clicked way in on that one. And that's the site view that we're working on in a floor plan. That's the mezzanine. And I'm not able to actually select that. Let's go to the mezzanine level. For some reason, that won't allow us to grab that. So what I'll do is I'm going to just turn on make the crop the view and add a crop region visible. We'll just pull this in until we only have exactly what we want to show. Whoops, pull this down a little bit. It'll still show that little bit of corner condition, and we're kind of looking into the building at the mezzanine level, and we can see the awning. And I'll close that off because we're done with it. And there it is on the sheet. And I have the crop box showing. So what I want to do is I'm going to make sure that I make that invisible. And we get that white ghosting again. Not desirable, but we'll leave it. And I'll deactivate this view. And we'll grab this one. And this one has a section box on it that I think we made hidden. So let's see if we can make it show. And I'll pull I'll grab this and I'll pull out the side of the building again. And we'll pull the roof down so we can see into where we created the stairway in that. And I don't think there's any reason why we need to hold that back on that side. And that looks pretty good, so we'll turn that off. Turn off the hide the items. And it's kind of an interesting view. So what I'll do is I will deactivate this view. We'll slide this one over a little bit. We'll slide this one over. It's, a good enough view to be very descriptive of the work that we've completed on it. And this is fine for submittal. I'd make some modifications to this title block. This is just if we were to click into this, we could easily change the color of this text. So if I go to edit type, I have this as a dark gray, and I'm on a dark surface, so I'm just going to move this way up so it's a light gray. And I'll do the same thing with this one. I'll go to edit type. The color is black, and we'll make it a color. We'll make it a light gray. And we'll load that into the project. It'll overwrite it. And we may not ever want to use that change, so we can go back to the sheet that we created that in, and close it off without saving it. So we don't want to save it. But we do have it captured in this one. So that looks like a pretty good sheet for exporting as a PDF. And then the other one would be to see if we have a technical sheet that is suitable. So this one looks like it has a lot of good components in it. It shows the railings and the signage. This one here, not so important. All we're seeing is the addition of the railing. So I think we're going to look at cleaning up the 105 sheet. And the nice thing here is to reuse, just I guess get into the experience of seeing how your changes are automatically updated on your technical sheets. So let's go through and edit a few of these because we have some objects we don't want to show. So I'm going to go in and double click on this. And once again, we're going to do some hide in view by element. Oops. All right, that one's good. We'll deactivate that. We'll save the project. That'll be all right. We'll come down here and activate this one and do the same thing. We'll hide and view all of the roads and other things that we made. We really don't need them in these views. Right-clicking every time to get to hide and view. That looks good. We'll deactivate the view. And now for some reason, we don't have things showing up quite right here in our first floor plan any longer at level 1. So let's go to level 1 and see what's kind of up with that, why we're not seeing that. And it could be that these floors that we've created are obliterating everything that's happening. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a hide and view for these two, the elements. And we'll get rid of the curves too. And then we'll go back to that drawing. We don't need the 107, we need the 105. And that's still not showing up, so that's a little bit of a concern to me. One of the things we might do is I could, oh, I've got the footer one selected by accident, so I'm going to deactivate the view. I'm going to grab this view. Actually, I can't grab it for some reason. Let me... Oh, I see. We also have this other... That's the rotor floor in that other view. So let's actually get rid of that also. Just hide it, I mean. Deactivate the... Or excuse me, hide in view by element. And actually that brought everything back. So I'll deactivate that view. And now we're back to having all of our elements showing there. So one thing was overlaying on the other one. So a little bit of troubleshooting to clear up that other drawing. And the reason we wanted to show this first floor again, or level 1, is it shows the placement of the stairway. So I can quickly review these drawings and find out if you have done everything correctly. So we're going to submit sheet 105 if that's what you have. It's this view with the two plan views and the two elevations. And then also the presentation sheet in some form similar to this. And that will complete a relatively long project, but I think we accomplished a whole lot.